Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, it's Parshas Naso. So we're going to start off with Parshas Naso with the Behar-Bechukotai and Parshas Bamidbar. Zachter Behar-Bechukotai. So Su'u is Rosh Kol Adas B'nai Yisrael. In the beginning of Parshas Bamidbar, in the Pasuk Beis, Su'u is Rosh Kol Adas B'nai Yisrael. So what is it? Counting Kol Adas B'nai Yisrael. So Zachter Behar-Bechukotai, Ein Eluyin Shal Yisrael Ela B'Kima Terah. Okay, so far so good. We're asking that the Eluyin from Klal Yisrael is only with the Kima Terah. V'alkein ochas akasav lashon Su'u.
Can you read that lashon again?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
Just read those words again.
Ein Eluyon, the uplifting, the greatness of Shal Yisrael, Ela B'Kima Terah.
Okay.
So he's explaining to why he uses lashon Su'u as a Ramamu or Godlu has been, or Manu has been a so could use a whole bunch of different lashonas. Why is lashon Su'u? Very interesting. I'm telling you, this is mamash double niflad mod. This the Alkein ochas a cause of lashon Su'u. So since there's the Ein Eluyin Shal Yisrael Ela B'Kiyam Terah, so that's why the Torah used the lashon Su'u. Why? Shehu lashon kol shnei inyonim davar v'hafacha. Sanapala. Because Su'u has connotations of davar v'hifucha. So that's why the Torah used the lashon Su'u to tell us that the Ein Eluyin Shal Yisrael Ela Akima Torah. Ha'echad the Siyas Rosh. So what are the davar hifucha which is by Su'u? The one is the Siyas Rosh. You're lifting up the head. Su'u Rosh is B'nai Yisrael. V'asheni is Hasaras Rosh. But there's a lashon Su'u which means take off the head. It's mamash davar hifucha. You got either you're lifting up the head or you're taking off the head. Su'u, both are lashon Su'u. And Memela, that from that is coming to teach us that the Ein Eluyin Shal Yisrael Al Yirei Kima Torah. What's for that is this? V'chein Amru b'Medrash. So it's not only it's bad. You got to again zok the Medrash. Su'u es Rosh Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu Lo Chivavti Uma Yasem Mikam. So Nishka hat lieb mehr Shum kein Volk, whatever, only more from Klal Yisrael. Lefikach nasati lechem tolei rosh. That's why I gave you a tolei rosh. That's why I gave you such a lashon where you can use it both ways. A tolei rosh. So Su'u is to lift up, or the Su'u is to take off. How should fellow? What's made this? Kishem sheyesh li tolei rosh. Just like I have a tolei rosh. The Rebbeinu Shem is talking. I'll call Bo'e'olam, just like I have a Tali Rosh, I'll call Bo'e'olam. Shnemar l'cho Hashem hamamlocha, v'amisnasei, l'chol l'rosh, the Kayim, so that's also, the Rebbeinu Shem is misnasei, mamlocha, misnasei, l'chol l'rosh. L'Kayim ma shnemar v'yorim, keren le'amo. V'chachu omer v'soncho Hashem al-kecha elyon al-kol goyei oretz. So we are Elyon. We are Elyon Akol Goyei Haaretz because of this idea that we have this the dual not dual but the davar v'hifuch, the lashon of Su'u. That's mamash apalav. What's mentos? And Asaris Rosh, he brings down Miloshin Yisa Parwas Rosh Chame'alecha K'moshe Amar L'Kostina. Like if you're going to tell the executioner, Arim Reishay the plan. Go take off the head of plan. So you take off his head. So that's. Well, Kach Amar Su'u. V'lo Amar Godol or Roman. Klomar. Im Zachu Hari Loshin Eloi. If you take a zacha to whatever you're zacha, you do zacha to the Kima Terah, I guess. So Loshin Eloi. Im Lav Yistalik Eluyan. But not if not, then you it's forget it's gone. The illusion is gone. The ganze Meile, the Meile is gone. So what? Yeah, but that's not an Eloi. That's not an Eloi. That's all. But that's mamash apella, because like, what's the movement over here? Like, why couldn't it just say if you can mekayim the Torah, you're gewaldig. You're mekayim the Torah. That's everything. You have an Eloi, and if you don't mekayim the Torah, first day if you're not mekayim the Torah, so there's an afila. Well, here's mashman that the ganze Meile. The ganze Meile from Klal Yisrael is because we have that ability to if we're not im zachu in love, if we're not zachu yistalik eluyon. So it's the takashayla. What does that mean? Like, what? And Sveitens, you bring it right from the Rebbeinu Shalom. The Rebbeinu Shalom there's no downside. There's no downside to the Rebbeinu Shalom's his nasis al rosh mamlocha. There's no his nasis the other way around over there. So you see that Sue doesn't have to be that. I don't know. That's mamash apella. It's mamash apella. So it says here. Let's see. What says the pasuk over here? There's a pasuk in Hosea. Famous pasuk. We even have it in Haftarah and Yetzei, I think. And all that over here. Yeah, it's the last pasuk. The last pasuk in Hosea Navi. Yud Daled Yud. Mi chacham v'yovein eile, novan v'yodoim. Ki yisharim darchei Hashem, v'tzadikim yelechu bam, u'parshim yikoshlu bam. Okay, so fine. Mi chacham v'yovein eile. So it sounds like the Pasha. So I mean, if you read it, just Pasha, it sounds like in the Zel Beveg, in the Zel B'derech, which is our tzadikim yelechu bam. Is the Poshlim are Yikoshlu bam, which is, what does that mean? I take a lulav, he takes a lulav, so he's Yikoshlu bam, and I'm the big tzaddik, and I'm the this is Yelchu bam. Is there a sense to that? So the Targum says. So Rashi brings down the Targum Yonason over here. Poshlim mi chacham v'yavin eila mi chacham bechem. V'yizbarnein l'seis leiv l'chol eile v'yoshuv elai, and do tshuva to me. U'poshlim yikosh l'bam. So what does it mean? The Parshim are yikosh l'bam. They have a nikshul in this. Bishvilam, not because they're nikshul in naming a lulav. They're not nikshul in the mitzvah, says the Derech HaTorah. Bishvilam, bishvilam, because of the mitzvah Torah, because the Torah tells you what to do, and they're doing bishvilam. Al shelo holchu behen, and they didn't do what the Torah says. Oh, okay, Kain Tergim Yonason. So that's what the Yonason says.
And do they going to become seich and then sell people shvacha ones?
What?
They're going to become seichim.
Yeah.
And they'll sell shvacha ones. They'll sell the shvacha lulav.
In the nice mitzvah, the
guy wants to buy. Let him buy, but nobody's being them go buy this lulav. That's it. That's what it is. So anyway, so Philistine and not pshat. The pshat is that no, ain't chanami. In the Zelbe Veg from was the Tzaddik gate, which is by him is the Eluchu Bam, it's a Tzaddik, is the Zelbe Veg was air gate, is the Pshas, the Rishoyim are Yikosh Labam. They go in the same way. The same way. What does that mean? What's man?
He also takes a lulav just to behemoth and avera, and if it's a mitzvah, he takes it on Shabbos and he takes it on.
It's not an avera, it's a Yikosh Labam. By him, it's not, like we said, it's not an Eloi. It's a fafal with zayin eluyishkeit. He's not Eloi anymore. So it's Eloi. The Pshas, no, his Maila, the Maila Elyana from this fellow is fafalin. Why? What's Pshat?
He takes the rule, then he becomes a Bulgarian.
No, so that's also a little bit. You could talk like, but that's also an avera, the Baal Gaiva. But this fellow, that's that sounds like Poshup Shah. Like what do I mean? So I saw the Marie Caro says brings down over here. Amar Hanavi Yisrael Shnei Drachim Nasati Lefneichem Esatov Esara. Tzadikim sheyechazu b'darchei Hashem hatovim yeluchu bam. They are oches. Tzadikim are ochsim in the darchei Hashem yeluchu bam. Uposhim mashenke the poshim rishoyim is yikoshlu bam. Uposhim shelo yechazu bam yikoshlu b'shvilam. So he also uses b'shvilam like the Targum shelo yechazu bam. He doesn't say that they didn't do it. Shlo yechazu bam. So we're getting a little movement here, but the Mari Karo is we're talking about that Pshat said he also did mitzvahs. He learned. He went to his night seder and he does everything nice and good. So what's the shlech? What do you mean? Does the show you be koshlo bam? What's the? But he's not orches. He's not halsach nicht stark in the zach. So I see also. What I see, the Radak brings down from his father. V'adoni Avizal, like this main such a thing, Pirish, of Hoshlim Yikosh Labam, Kasher Yeshuvu Haposhim L'Darchei Hashem. Forget we're talking about a guy did Tshuva. Why you call Haposhim? He's a Haposhim, he was Yeshuvu L'Darchei Hashem, very nice. V'lo Hoya Regilim Behem. But he wasn't so, it wasn't by him, it wasn't Rogil in them. It's like a person is walking in maintenance and he wants to go to a certain end up at a certain place. And Mikol Malkin, the Pshat is that he's not familiar with the derech. So if he's not familiar with the derech, so he's going to say he's going to be nikshul in the derech. Nemar al Poshim Shalachem Shalibam Od Bederech Pishon. They're not exactly 100% that he did tshuva. The guy did tshuva, it's gewaldig, and he's doing a mitzvah, and he went tonight, he goes the night seder, and he goes there. This is beautiful. It's beautiful. So what's the schlechs?
Weiß nicht der Weg.
About that, weiß nicht der Weg, so mainly he's nikshul in the Weg. Not that itself is not the point. Ach, hashavim b'leiv sholem. But if a person with mamish b'leiv sholem, kadei shelo yikosh loho atzadikim b'minhogam yelucha derech selula. So the Pshat said that's the word that tzadikim they go derech yeshara v'silula, they go in mamash a yasha dike, and that's yasha Yisrael, yasha kel is Yisrael. The Pshat is when we're called vishurin. We're called vishurin while we go in the derech, the yasha dike derech, which is a pella. This is like a Havana over here. And the Malbim also says such a thing. Avat tzadikim heim yeleichu v'lo yikoshlu. The Amar said neged ha-mislodanim. But this is said connected the mislodanim. They have tainas that they're not happy. They're al golus. This is a longer golus and a chechs and a this and oi vay. What is the mamish is gefährlich and this. Val onshe Hashem es amo. And when a Kodesh Baruch Hu, gives a punishment, he gives an honor to Klal Yisrael. Shenira ki'ilu ozlum elo mikra v'hefker. And he says, this mamish is like a hest upon him. Now the Kodesh Baruch Hu is not taking care of us. That's chas v'shom. This is the kfir. This is a Rishoyim, Russia. It's a Russia. This fellow's a Russia. Shahachavim amevinim yodu shahakol hu habahashkocha v'darchei Hashem yesharim. Everybody, chachamim, v'imchachim v'yovin es eile, understands that whatever happens, no matter what happens, is the pshat that this is pshat is darchei Hashem yesharim, tzaddik v'yoshahu. The Rebbe is perfect, 100% perfect. Tzaddik v'yoshahu. There's not a thing in the world that says no matter what happens, chas v'shalom, when you say chas v'shalom, because that's what we're able to mispalo mitzad unzer, concern For what are you concerned for? The Rebbeinu Shalom will take this. And I told you one time, that's like Nefesh Chaim says, that how can a person mispalo? You're going to be mispalo for Ploni, he's not well. And you're going to mispalo, what is the Rebbeinu Shalom made him sick, and he wants him to be sick. So how do you in the world, do you have a right to be mispalo that he shouldn't be sick? That's for him is the greatest thing. You should go call him up and give her a yashakach. You know, your mom is a mechanic, the gewaldig, you're terrific. You know that you're in such a swim. Wow, this is gewaldig. You know, teretzes. So how do we mess both things together over here? So we mitzad us mitzidenu we have to zarg zich. So the Nefesh Chaim says you zarg zich for the Rebbeinu Shalom. But the Kadosh Baruch Hu is imo anochi b'tzara. So you're allowed to mispala Reuben should get better because the pshat is that the Rebbeinu Shalom is inside, and that I'm allowed to mispala for. The Rebbeinu Shalom shouldn't be inside. The Kvonus is man and tatis so zayin inside.
But you're making avil for Reuben.
This I don't make apples for nothing because the Rebbeinu Shalom does whatever he does.
I thought they say it a little different. I think the double connect just a tad more. The Rebbeinu Shalom made it that you should be mispala. Because he wanted you to be mispalo. That's your job. Because Baruch Hu created the world in such a way that you should be mispalo.
Be careful. I hear what I'm saying, but that I don't know if that answers the question. I don't know if that answers.
That also.
That what? Why does he want us sick? Why does he want us to be mispalo?
And if you're not mispalo for him, then you go and keg it. The Rebbeinu Shalom's rotzen. The Rebbeinu Shalom made him sick. Then you should be mispalo.
But this is the best thing in the world for the guy.
It's the best thing for him that he should be sick and you should be mispalo and you should get better.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. That's not good.
I don't know if that's what the Nefesh Chaim is saying.
No, Nefesh Chaim not saying. I'm not saying that. He's not saying it.
I think they say from the Nefesh Chaim.
All right, good. Ken's like, listen, we're here.
Some local rabbi.
No, I heard. This is Gis Yikusa. It's like Pyro with the pajamas in the middle of the night.
This is the mikveh Torah. This is good. All right, but listen, I'm trying to express to you ideas that the pshat, but it's purely ployim. It's the most unbelievable thing in the world that this Rabbeinu Bechaya. Now we started off with Rabbeinu Bechaya. That is mamish purely ployim. That in Parshas Bamidbar, Su'us Rosh B'nai Yisrael, and Eini Luyin Shal Yisrael Al Yerei Kiyam HaTorah, and brings down a medrash that the Rebbeinu Shalom says, and the Kiyam HaTorah is because I gave you a lashon Su'u, and you lose lashon Ramamu or Manu or something like that. So because he says that Pshat that over here is that Pshat that Su'u has a dual connotation, has a dual what's it called? A moving, it has two muvanim to it. A davar b'hifuchel. It's a su means to raise up, and two su can mean to knock off. You knock off somebody's head. You tell to the kastiner, brings down a medrash. You tell the kastiner, the guy that kills people. Su is rosho. And Paro says su is rosho. That's the pshat. So in Meilah, the pshat that's taking off the head, and yet you have a connotation su is lifting off the head. So and because of that, that's the iluyon of Klal Yisrael. So so we asked the pshat, what does that mean? Just say the Torah is a milus a Torah. The person is mekayim the Torah, so that's a tremendous iluyon finish. You have to be mamish because in the zelba verta, in the zelba movement, it can go to the other way. So that's the iluyon shal Yisrael. So I bring down a raya from the pasuk in Hosea, at the end of Hosea. Let's the pasuk in Hosea Navi. The pshat is that mi chacham v'yavin eila navan v'yedoim ki yisharim darchei Hashem tzadikim yelchu bom v'pashim yikoshlu bom. So the pshat is it sounds like in the pashtus the length of it. It sounds like the pshat is in the zelba veg was the tzadik gate. The pshat said this in Russia is going to be nikshel. So how can that be? In the Zelbeveg, he takes a lulav and he takes a lulav. But he has a Russian, he's a tzaddik. He's nikshol. It's a hakshala for this one, and it's a this. So Rashi takes care. He brings down the Targum Yonason. Just I'm sorry to chazer a little bit, but just the Targum Yonason, because the pshat is that the Targum Yonason says that enechanami. I mean, you read it ki yisharim darchei Hashem tzadikim yelechu bam because they're mekayim with the Torah. Upaushim yikoshlu bam because they're not mekayim the Torah. And what they're not mekayim the Torah, that's what the hakshal is for them. B'shvilam amashlo holchu behen. What they do, they're not shlo holchu. But I said I brought down the Mari Karo and the Radak and the Malbim They seem to learn like the Parshas Pshat, that because in the Zelba Veg was the tzaddik gate, so that itself in that Veg is a Hakshala. So the Radak brought down from his father, like it's like a person walking in the derech. He says we're talking a person after he did tshuva. We're not talking about showing that the Rishon and the Misnagi to the Torah and stuff like that. No, the God's finding people. What do you mean? They learn night seder, they keep kosher, they do everything good, they get up in the morning, they daven nates maybe, I don't know, whatever they do. This is geweldig, you know. But there's a Rishoyim Yikoshlavim. Why? What happened? So he says on Marshall, the Pshat is like a guy that you know, he returns on the derech. He was off the derech, came back on the derech, and you know, but he's not very familiar with the mahal of the derech there. So that person, it's adds on that he's going to somehow go and falter on that derech that he's going on. Masha Enkein, the Pshat is that the tzaddik is because he keeps the middle of derech and he goes and it's not nicked.
Maybe we shouldn't say about the lulav nasa. You just
No?
say like this.
Okay, I know. It's personal here.
I would say no. The shofar is personal. The lulav nasa, we could deal with it. The shofar, that's personal.
No, I thought you were telling me it's personal about me.
No, I was thinking as you say before.
Yeah.
I was thinking say like this. Debate again with the bank versus this, the Louis only this, because it's only through the Torah that they can be Louis. Because this Rishoyim, they're going to go the same way, they're just going to go the wrong way with the Torah. They're going to say Kruva Torah, and maybe they'll do something fakat. You can't show them with the Torah. It'll be a Koira Chazah.
I hear what you're saying, but the Pashtus is, they're going in the Derech of Torah. They're going in the Derech of Torah.
Yeah, but they crum it up.
Yeah, but how did they crum up? In what way did they crum it up?
You kosh l'bam. With
You kosh l'bam.
the Torah alone, they kosh l'bam.
Durch the Torah alone, yeah, durch the Torah alone. Yeah, there's
if you're not a Talmud Rochav,
they sitzt dort by a Diri Torah, and this, and they sitzt in a Battle Torah b'farhesya, and tanzt them, singt for shows long, and the Pshat you take, we love you, but like this, I'm sorry to get into it. You started it. Mm-hmm. You started it. And Pshat said, Rishoyim Yikosh L'bam. What do you mean? This is Akshalas. Who asked me? Somebody asked me last time. He said, I said, well, all the Gedolim over there. You know, so the Pshat is saying, yeah, you asked whatever. So I told you the Pshat is in some Lamed schools that they don't know. They're up there, they're tracting in Torah. They don't know. They think the guy's thinking about his roast beef or something like that.
They're going to be Machshel Yanim. They're going to think it's a good thing.
I don't know. All right, you got me. You baited me. You caught me. All right. Anyway, let's go. But let me get invited before I get just like All right. But so this is purely ployim.
But your point is that the Rosh Yikosh L'bam is not going to be like their Chamutza is going to go too far. Too far fringe, you know.
Not in terms of in practice, but the Pshat is that so you'll see. I want to point out that Pshat is a person that is not ochez. That's what his lashon was, a very good lashon. This Mari Kara, o Parshim shlo yechzu bam yikoshel b'shvilam. The yechzu bam. If there's a certain pegisha, there's a certain yegia that a person has to have. And if he's missing that, he's missing the amount and the sincerity and this. The Pshat's like we said in the Malbim brought down. We're talking about Yikosh Parshim Yikosh L'bam. The Pshat said the guy's a tzaddik. He's a great tzaddik. What do you mean? He's misban. He's mislonein on the golus. That we're in and the Rebbeinu Shalom, and it gives patch to Klal Yisrael and horrible tragedies, and it says taka and this and it's like a star is upon him. There's nobody like he's not watching, he's not doing anything like this. It was apikaris. Still apikaris. That's Posha Geret. You're Posha apikaris. The Mereta say, he's such a good feeling guy. He has his heart. He has this. You're such a cold person. You don't feel. So that's what we got into the davening. Like the Behar-Bechukotai says, you can daven because you want to misalik the sar from the shkina from the mile. But what the Eibush does is perfect. It's perfect. There's no silik, hashkacha, and there's nothing this. The Eibishter
does. If it does perfect, then how does he feel bad?
How does who feel bad?
Because it's perfect.
Who? They're right. The Eibishter doesn't feel bad. He feels bad.
What am I davening for the Eibishter for?
What do you mean?
That he shouldn't be b'tzar.
Because
what's
it's still
a tsar?
But it's good for him to be in tsar.
Because Imo not himself.
No, if it's good, then he's happy for him. The guy who, the guy he sits there and
I'm not so sure that's right. What do you mean? The person's not Bitzar? The person's Bitzar.
The doctor's doing surgery, right? Yeah, the guy who goes to the surgery, he walks in B'simcha, that his life is getting, that the guy has a new heart for him. Yeah. He goes in B'simcha, he understands that he's dying now, and he's getting what? He's going to be in pain, he's happy.
But he's still...
He's happy.
He's still baby. He sees the pain that the person goes through.
The koifer. The Rebbeinu is not a koifer, b'chlal.
Well, we're not from the Rebbeinu. We're not from two people, and they're going in the Zelbeveg. This guy's a finer.
The Rebbeinu feels happy the whole time. He knows that every piece of tsar is a brocha.
No,
he's not b'tzar.
We're not talking about the Rebbeinu right now.
Listen, when you count that money, your finger starts hurting after a while. Don't let hurt. It feels good. I know, I feel it in my finger, but it feels good.
During the ladder, right, the Yidden needed a washing machine, right? But they had to go through the ladder. But you think they weren't b'tzar?
What?
No,
I don't know. You guys,
you got me there.
You guys are the mile from whatever. But anyway, so the pasuk and Oshay with the mafarshim. That's what the Rebbeinu Bechaya is talking about. The pshat is that the mile iluyin shal klal Yisrael when we're mekayim the Torah and the kiyum the Torah is not because we're mekayim the Torah. Okay, that's not the mila of Yemekayim the Torah. The mila is that in this kiyum Torah there's the opportunity for hefech. Well, in the zelba Torah was Mekayim that you're going to tell me that this is an Eloi Su'u es Rosh B'nai Yisrael Kol Adas B'nai Yisrael, whatever the pasuk says over here, is a pshat that Su'u is a mila elyon for people in a certain way, and it could be a tremendous duchfal. It could be a tremendous dukhfal for mention also. What do you mean, how? And this is I'm trying to tell you that this is what Oshay is talking about. This is the Navi is talking about. And that's the Chacham v'Yaven. That you have to understand that this is what we're talking about. Chacham and Nifloyed. There's mamish unbelievable things here. Mi Chacham v'Yaven Eila Novon v'Yodeim ki Yisharim Darchei Hashem. That's what he's telling you. If a person does not realize that it's 100% Yosher, the Derech Hashem, there's any kind of pickpook, there's any kind of this and this, and this. The Pshat said, and the Chanavi said, the Pshat said, that's for tzaddikim yedchubam v'poshim yikosh. Again, mi chacham v'yovin eile, novon v'yadeyam ki yasharim darchei Hashem. This is the Iker. The Iker is that when a person is, the Pshat is that has to understand, the Pshat said that's the most unbelievable thing, that the Pshat is that is a tremendous tremendous midregis, a chachma, that a person has to realize that the pshat that everything, every little connection is mamish darchei yisharim darchei Hashem. Das is the Iker, and that's what he's talking about. That's the iluyin shall klal Yisrael when they're mekayim the Torah, and das state in Torah. This is what the Torah wants to tell you. So is Rosh Kol Adas B'nai Yisrael. So. My Yiddelach, you have to understand that Su'u, this is Pshat in the Zelbeveg, so it's Ken Zayin an Eloi, tremendous Eloi, the Zelbeveg. Would it look the same? It's like they teach you about, Esav and Yaakov, the Esav was, spitting tobacco and wore a short little coat and, had a bow and arrow and stuff like that, and then Yaakov goes with his kapato and stuff like that. No, they looked exactly the same. Exactly the Zelbeveg.
You don't have a stribal?
Yeah, but whatever you want, whatever
Yaakov had the stribal here.
No, they're both. They both. I'm not. You're not going to get me again for this. At least tonight. So anyway, so the Pshat said it's a tremendous hamokeh, and we're talking about Mamash Dvar Torah. We're talking about the Minat Torah over here, and that's not a It's not a good word, you know. I'm not Chetnish can word over here. This is
right. There was Esau who would have struggled because she had to put the hair onto Yaakov. So she put it on. He would have got. No, Yaakov had rumgegangen mit der Streimel die ganze Zeit. So when he bent over, he felt the Streimel always. Now, it doesn't have to be right here.
All right, whatever. I don't know. Listen, I'm just trying to. So anyway, so yeah. All right. What can I tell you? How do we get to this madrega? I mean, how do we? This is something that Torah is. How do we get this? So purely the pshat is that through a melus b'Torah, through only a melim b'Torah, the pshat is that's the only way to get to a certain madrega. I don't even call it madrega. It's a certain understanding. Mi chochem v'yovin aseilim. That's an chochem. That's sign of Mavin. The Yovin as Eilus through the Melus B'Torah. It's only through a Melus B'Torah that you can get to that madrega from when we say tzaddikim yeluchabom. And chas v'shalom, if a person not an omo in the oven, which is every person lefi yichal also and a madrega also. So B'shas said then the B'shas chas v'shalom that could become a parashim yikoshel bom. I can't tell you. I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to say. But this does he does. But there's chapter tziter. It's a mamish apachad. It's mafchid. Such a thing. This word is enormous. You understand? You could say a person is going around and shmek good, they look good, and this and of them zok the navi.
The guy who stands by the gas pump and he has good measurements the whole day. He's not going to be in a bigger place than the guy who's sitting and learning all day. Just what is he doing? He's sitting and learning. The guy's there. He's every single second. B'mida, b'mishkal. He's doing what's it called?
Is this no gay to? Is this no gay to what we're talking about?
You're literally saying Litvish Pshat.
Huh?
My meaning all must be some Chaim, some of us.
Yeah, some of us. Yeah, okay, but that could because he was like Shalom Lishmo. But this gate line in the Shalom Lishmo also. I'm telling you that this is very much could be that it was Olam Yasik Adam Shalom Lishmo. And come the Lishmo. The Pshat is what Nefesh Chaim. They all ask the medactic him the Befarshim ask. What do you mean? What do you mean? La'olam Yasik V'Torah Shalom Lishmo. So Vilif experienced. I don't know 100% that this is a bechina from Shalom Lishmo. No matter what you do, but if you don't come away with a certain hakara in the Das Rebbeinu Shalom, you don't come away with a certain appreciation in the Das Rebbeinu Shalom. So Ados Alain is a Shalom Lishmo. So and that's Enochanami. So that's what we're talking about. You're talking about when you hold house by a bag and you're going in the middle of derech and there's nothing. You're not being. There's no haksholas over there. So b'shas you go straight, and even though you're now not 100% in line with the understanding and the michachim v'yavin as ela that the mamish the Rebbeinu Shalom every little kanesh he does it's a shver. It's not an easy thing. It's you see Yidden and Sar, you see this and Echanami like you wanted to find it. The Rebbeinu Shalom wants us to have it, but and he wants us to feel mahu rachum afal rachum. I mean that's part of the understanding. But there must be a certain but this is in hearts and cup. A person has to realize this is mamish 100% Yasha Derech Hashem Yasha. What's the matter?
It's Hasidic terms that the cup and the hearts.
Can it's ein part of it.
I don't know. It's like All
right. Anyway, so you'll look at. I'm telling you, it's mamish phenomenal. It's a phenomenal thing. So yes, this is the Parshas Naso. The Parshas Naso is, I think that's what also the Parshas Naso. Huh? Yeah, this is the Yisod. This is the Yisod from Parshas. 1 second. This is the Parsha. It's also Vidavar Shem Rosh Aleimor. Naso is Rosh B'nei Gershom. Naso. So just like he just told me, Naso saw is a lashon and davar v'hifucha and memela the pshat. And those is the ganze iluyin shall klayis or the kaimei terror, because the pshat is that they have a sense that everything is in the world, every single thing is, and so we said it comes through the males, but so that's over here, and this is Parshas Naso. Huh? This guy invited like this. Naso is Rosh B'nai Gershon. Naso. This is vital. The Torah is telling me this Yesod over here, and Parshas Naso is like what? There's like 6 mitzvahs over here. When you come, the 6 mitzvahs in there, and then you come up until the nidvus nesius of the Nesiim to the Chanukas HaMazbeach. Okay, so the 6 mitzvahs. So the 6 is the Medrash asks why, and what do they bring first? What's the first thing, the davar that they bring? They bring sheish agolas sov. Sheish agolas sov. Sov is a fedekta. One of those what I call those wagon. The wagon is in they were fedekta. They were covered wagons. So anyway, so they brought 6 wagons. Shilas, what are you bringing 6 wagons for? You're in Nesiim. What do you bring? You have 1 wagon for 2 Nesiim. You know, you have 1 wagon for 2 Nesiim. They didn't bring more. Why they only bring 6? And also they're bringing Saka Pella. I don't know why they only bring 6 wagons here. And also it says also in the pasuk, Moshe, it says in the pasuk over here. Yeah. It says originally that. Okay, what else? V'yoviu es korbanim lefnei Hashem, sheish eglot sov v'shnei asa boker agolo ashnei hanisim, v'shur le'echod v'yakriv osam lefnei HaMishkan. So Rashi v'yakriv osam lefnei HaMishkan, shelo kibul Moshe miyodam. Why not? There was mefakfik Moshe on any other matana the nadava that they're bringing. All of a sudden Moshe Rabbeinu says, no, I'm not makabel. It wasn't makabel. Ad shenamelo mipi amakim. There's often a state medrash. There's a medrash rabbi, a state medrash that the Abish had to tell him, take it. No, this dos villich. I want these wagons. So it's a pelach. What's great for with Moshe Rabbeinu? You don't want to take it. All of a sudden, you don't want to take any of the nadava.
The mirrors.
What?
The mirrors also they don't want to take.
Yeah, that was a different time with them. That's a different share. So anyway, but okay, so that
very selective a little bit.
Okay, das verstehen. That must be the verstanden. The Bescheid was he had a certain taina over there. But over here, what's your taina? What's that taina? You don't want to take it? What's wrong with that? So the taina, the Bescheid is that this is what's going on here. We're talking about this. The Yisod, this Meridik Yisod from the Iluyin Shal Klai Yisrael, and it's totally on the Davar V'Hifucha, but about that we have an opportunity. To B'shaz in the Zelba Veg V'es Megate, you can Zayin Tzadikim, is Yeluchu Bam and Rishoyim or Yikoshlo Bam, and that's mamish the Maila from Klai Yisrael. Not the Maila that we're only Mekayim the Torah. The Maila is that we also have the tzad that you kosh lebam and we don't do it obviously. So the pshas from Mamela, that's the Maila from Klai Yisrael. I would have said just the Maila Klai Yisrael is just that we do in Mekayim the Torah, Mekayim Torah. So that's why Taina that we're talking about a person. He's for all intents and purposes he's a Mekayim Torah. What do you mean? He's good. It looks like a fine mensch, fine oved. What's the shlechs? Shas and oved. But there's a certain bechina which the Torah roofed them is rishoyim mikosh lebam. Why? Because the pshas, like we said, the pshas that was a person that Yasha Darchei Hashem is Yeshorim. And Klai Yisrael, Yeshorim Vishurim with the Klai Yisrael is the pshas that's you must understand that and it's part of your being that the Derech Hashem is Yeshorim. And a person that does all the Torah, does everything, beautiful. But if he doesn't, he's like a little bit. He's not a little bit. This is mefakfek on this mislone. On the golas, a bitter golas, and this and taka, bitter golas, and it says maybe there's a stalkus ashkina and this, and the Kosh Baruch Hu leaves it have a chas v'shalom. So if the skate that rein, there's such a machshava. If the person he does everything great, he doesn't go off the derech because of that. You understand? He's not he's not guys. There's a house from Stark and stuff like it. But Afal Pika, the skate that rein and sein Leib and sein Kopf.
That's off the derech, no?
He's on the derech and he's yikoshlu in the derech. He's yikoshlu in the derech, in the zelbe weg with the gate.
That the yikoshlu bomb is on the derech?
Yeah, that's what we're saying. That's what timing. The person who is on the derech, he's out. You would say to him, you would look up this person. What?
I would have thought the Rosh is off the derech.
That's what I'm telling you. That's the chiddush over here. This is the Koshlim bomb in the Zelba derech, which is Sadikim gate. Yeluchaba is the Rosh is the Koshlim bomb in the Zelba veg. If it's not the veg, so it's Sadikim Mekayim Torah. In the Rosh Menayim not Mekayim Torah. That's the Eluyan Shal Torah. What does the Torah have to tell me Losh and Su'u for? What's the Torah getting out of its way? That's I told you. Every word is mamish. It's meant. It's gewaldige Sache. Gewaldige the hair. It's mamish. It's chokhmah niflo that we're talking about in the zelbe veg and the zelbe zach and the zelbe. They look mamish identical. But this person is not. It's darkei Hashem is Yeshorim. Nothing to talk about. And this and that. For what's veislich darkei Hashem Yeshorim, and the other person is I don't know, this a little bit, so you did it, but they're doing the Zalba Vek. He's Yekoshlo. He's a Yekoshlo bomb. A Hesta Rosh is Yekoshlo bomb. The Rishus over here is the Pshat is that you're not understanding that what the whole point of this world, let's go, Bereshis Bar Elokim, is a Shemayim Veis Aris, a Visin, a Pshat is nor from Klal Yisrael, nor from Torah. The Kiyam Torah. There's not a part of the world, in any part of the world, any part of Metzias. He's stalked by Raisa, Bari Alma.
Koshlu bomb with this that is
bomb in the derech. In the derech, which the tzaddikim are yeluchu bomb, and Egeit Ochit in that derech. There you go.
The lulav itself is not going to be the part that's going to be machshel.
It's a dairy, it's beautiful.
That he's going to get schaf.
I'm not talking, listen, Rabbi, we're not talking about schaf.
He's going to be what's called the derech.
Yeah. This is a marvel roy in such a.
It's not missing after this. It could be like Bel's mice. Bel had a mice. He walked a few miles to shake somebody's lulav. He heard they had beautiful esrog. He walked a few miles to get there. When he finally got there, he had to take a beautiful esrog. He took one look at his lulav. It was a yavish. He was sitting in the the most expensive esrog with on a lulav.
No.
So that's it. So he said, I don't know who this guy is, but I'm saying, as I'm Marshall, the guy, he's heard Dark Hashem. He got himself the most beautiful lulav in esrog. He paid it. But the yavish lulav.
But it could be that's not even on the derech.
So you're saying that's a michshel in the mitzvah.
Yeah, we're not talking about. I'm talking about that he has a beautiful lulav, a beautiful esrog, and a shachol zeich, and he gets with all the pictures he said, and all the ruchas and the Arizal, not a Rizal.
He's not going to get Gehenna for the lulav and esrog.
We're not talking about Gehenna. We're not talking about Gehenna.
That he has midas in his heart.
He's missing in his days.
He wants to knock out
in the Yesod from Zayin. If Zayin Avoda doesn't bring him to understanding, Michacham v'yoven eileh. That's the Iluyin Shal Yisrael, Mekayim Esater. That's what Rebbeinu Bechaya is talking about. Su'u, Lashon Su'u. Su'u is Rosh B'nai Yisrael because the Mekayim Torah is the Iluyin Shal Yisrael, Mekayim Torah. Vos heist the Mekayim Torah? Vos for a Mekayim Torah? A Mekayim Torah is a mensch was the Torah spirit of him and Pshas and Ezeta Yeshorim the derech Hashem Yeshorim B'chol Metzias Shabbat B'chol Metzias Shabbat Ezeta derech Yeshorim Hashem. The Pshas Mamela, the Pshas said that's nifla to Gazak. So if Zayin Avoda, Zayin Shakulzik with Zayin Shena Lulav and the Shena this and he learned and he prepared, he finished Shas, whatever he did over there, that's beautiful. The Pshas is but Enechanami, this is gefelt. is gefelt, and not only in a way that it's like
it sounds stronger than gefelt. It sounds like
right. I'm leading up to that because it's not only gefelt, it's minus a certain hidur in his mahus hidur and this and his godless kite. He's got godless, but there's a little no. Yekosh lubam. It's a mamish yekosh lubam. He's the same way we have an asiyas arosh, you have an afilas arosh.
In the way that you're saying from the Malbim that it's about the krechts and the golas, like wie lang is the golas or something like that. No, I say, but in let's say the actual shockling of the lulav. What's the machshov that the Rosh is going to have in the shockling of the lulav?
Yeah, same thing.
No, but what he's
doing it for wide with the.
So it's just because he's not.
Yeah,
he doesn't believe it. He has that meanness in Hakadosh Baruch Hu that it's not Yishorim.
That's it. Finished.
So it doesn't matter which mitzvah he's doing.
No. If his mitzvahs, his Torah that he's learning, his mitzvahs that he's doing with and Mehuda, Mahadrim and Mahadrim. He's doing it Mahadrim and Mahadrim. What?
No,
but that's what
he said. This is not Shlomo is great. This stuff means realize something is wrong with it. His mindset not getting him to Yisrael.
That's right.
So that's what I'm trying a little bit. The shalom, the olam, yom shalom l'shmo, shemitach shalom l'shmo, b'ol l'shmo. It's what's the olam is, right? So the pshat said that's what it means. The pshat is that there is a certain, when everybody, they start off, you get out of 13, you become a mitzvah, and all of a sudden you're a perfect tzaddik, and you believe in amunah shleiba and this and that. No, this is, every person, his learning is a smarter, but his yegiyas and his amelis and shaz, is daf zayin on a veg that brings him to a yisharim, darchei yisharim Hashem. Darchei yisharim Hashem. Vuer halten in sein mamad, where vuer halten sein etzem atzmius is enochanami is a b'shas, but he has to be on the way to get to that. He has to be a destination. His destination must be the darchei Hashem, the yisharim darchei Hashem. Otherwise, if his destination is not, he's mechaben, he learns Mishnah Brewer, he does all the things that he's supposed to be doing. You understand? But it doesn't bring him to that understanding that Darchei Hashem. So the Shasam Memele, the Shasam, das is the Yikosh Lubon. This is the Su, and the terrorist telling me this. It's unbelievable. It's like, this is Pshat and Chumash, the terrorists are relating to it. That's what I'm telling you. This is Naso, this is Parshas Naso, this is Pshat, also behavior, whatever. Naso is Rosh B'nai Gershon, also the Naso. This is the Naso, Nasias. We have to have the Nasiyah, but this is the Ma'ila from Elyon from Klai Yisrael. The Pshat is that we have the Nasiyah, but we have that, we can go in the same thing, and we can go and have a Nefilah. Nasiya, so is Rosh. The Constantina that you take it until you take off your head. That by Paru, so is Rosh. So the Pshat said that's Enochanami. The Pshat said it's mafchid. You understand? This is unbelievable thing. A person has to be so mushkach, you understand? He has to go mefakeach on what he's doing and what he is and where he's holding in life and not to fool himself. You understand? This is the point over here. This is Parshas Naso. This is Naso. Naso is that we want to have a Nasiyas Rosh. You want to have a Nasiyas Rosh, but existiert in the Nasiyas Rosh. The Pshat is that the existiert that, and that's the Maila Al-Yana from Klai Yisrael, that within the Zelba Maila, within the Zelba Veg that we can go, the Pshat is, but we can have such a Hakshola that we call Rishoyim. Rishoyim Yikoshlabam, we're going to be a Nikshol for ones, and we work towards that understanding the Madrega from the Mahalach, the Mahalach of Darchei Yisharim Hashem, Yishari Darchei Hashem. So Pshas, das is the Etzem, that's me some mensch. Das is the Tachlis HaChayim. Das is the Tachlis HaChayim. And I told you, the Pshat is everything is Torah. There's not a part of the Metzias, there's not an atom, there's not anything that exists in the Metzias which is not Torah. So it's not Torah, so Pshas and Torah is Tov. Ein Tov El Torah. And everything is Torah. And everything is albeit a Torah. So Pshas, everything is Tov. You're going to tell me how and what? I don't know. This I'm not. But how shown on the Weg that we first have to realize that this is where we got to be. This is where we are, and this is where we got to be, and we have to go. And that's the derech. Das is the derech. The tzaddikim, the middle of the Weg. You go in the derech. I'm going in this direction. My avoda, every avoda that I do, every Torah that I'm learning, all the amelus that you're putting into it. Das is bringt mir to the pshat to this meridic understanding, chlorkeit from Amunas Hashem. The Pshat said that the Sharim Darchei Hashem. Das he does. Das is the Elohim Shaklayis. Not the man, he interprets us. He learns better than me, he learns more than me. He does it. There's a halachic guy. He does it this and that. You understand? If his Zayin Avoda, Zayin Yegiyas, and Zayin Amelus doesn't bring him to that he's advancing to on the Weg, the Derech, the Pshav Derech, Darchei Hashem Yishorim, so Hashem V'shoyim Yikosulbam. V'shoyim Yikosulbam. It's the most phenomenal, it's unbelievable, it's purely plain. So that's what happened with Moshe Rabbeinu. They're coming with the Golas. So what did they come with a Golas? Because I told you they only came with 6 Golas. What's with 6 Golas? What's what Maisa does? 6 Golas. So he says no. The Pshat. What do you need? You need two shvatim per Gola. 2 shvatim per Agola. Oh, kaki dakos Torah. She'll learn Torah bad, and you got to need. And the Maral explains the pshat is that the Torah, the kinyan of Torah is a seichel hanivdol. It's a seichel elokim. The Torah is a seichel elokim. It's not something that person uses. Yeah, chmein zoy, and you throw out svaris and stuff like that. Very good. All's fine involved. But the pshat, but if you, that's not what the Torah is. The seichel elokim. How do I get the seichel elokim? Ich bin a mensch. Torah says ich lerne mit an anderer says ich sage a svaris. What?
You threw out a svar.
You throw out a svar and you get hacked up, and the Churus is no good, and he says it's right, and you say no good, and then finally you come to a certain understanding. This is the Seichel Nivla, they state in Maral. So Mamela Pshat said that's what they were doing here. Every little thing in Chumah that were coming over here, the Pshat said they're bringing a Golas. Well, okay, you bring wagons or whatever, all right. No. This is the Golas. This is Vatichi Ruach Yaakov Aviha. When he saw the Agolas, the Pshat is the Dosig, the Agolas, the Pshat is the Dosis. Agolas is the Musag from the Musag from the Koru, from the Seichel Hanivdo, from the Seichel Elokim that you got to get. So that's what Ruach Yaakov Avihem. So Meiler Pshat, that's what's bringing. So they bring it to the. What's wrong? So why didn't he want to Makabel Moshe Rabbeinu? He says, because you know what? How do you get to this madrega? Good. What's this? Sheina Verde. But how do you? What's Tutman? Chaldish by them. What should I do? Where am I? How do I get to this? How do I? As I'm now Pachet Pechodim. This is a real design from the Rishayim Yikoshel. So what should I do? What's all it fun? It's the Pshat. So Pshat said that's what happens. The Pshat that the Rebbeinu Shalom, the Moshe Rabbeinu understood. The pshat is that it only comes through Yigiyas that a meilis b'terah. There's meimis atzma oleh. You can only come through this meimis atzma oleh. You come to this certain madrega, the siyata d'shmaya, that a person halchek on a veg, and his avoda and his the mitzvahs and his Torah, he says and bring them onto that and fosters and furthers him on the veg. The pshat is he's in a bittul derech and he's going to the Darchei Hashem. He's coming to more hakara, more of this mi chacham v'yovin es eila. He's coming to this understanding v'yovin es eila. The pshat is and how the Darchei Hashem is Yesharim. Everything is Yesharim. Everything is Yesharim. So if that's how he gets to this, that's Moshe Rabbeinu understood and correctly that this is only through the Meilis b'Torah. So what's that a goal? A goal is you will machen a vessel like that. I have to schlep the ganze all the bag. I got to schlep the whole mishkan and this and that. I have a goal. It's very nice. Not such a good. No problems. Yes, Maramas to Gavaldig and Yonim and a Meilis and Seichel Nivdo and it's all this is good. But you're making it leichter. You're making it like that in this world. You want to. This is not my idea of Mishkan. Mishkan, Migdash. This is the Malkam HaMikdash. This is that. Avdos Dr. Rebbeinu Shalom Moshe. This is something that Pshas Nem the Agolas. You know who the Agolas from? You know who the Agolas are not for. You know who the Kahos. The master b'nei Kohos is al Kosef, if you saw. Oh, the Torah. What's that? They talk in the Torah. They talk in an Aron HaKodesh. They talk in the Torah. The Torah is there's no kol in them. You want to get a kol, you want to go and make it easier. You want to have a little shiur and then fataish it over, and you want to have a gemara that fataiches it and stuff like that. That makes it easy to get rid of, and some thing put out there. And, you know, for yet's coming for standing around and ban first time in 400 years because we made it easy and we made the lashon easy, and either you can understand
highlighted.
Whatever the highlighted this and there's schwatzen. The pshat said the nemta weg the ganze chiyas from Kleisel. The ganze Eluyim, the Eluyim from the Nekaimei Terror from Klai Yisrael. You want to know Ramban? Go break your head. Go break your head. Zok Tvasher Ben. No, ich will nicht nehmen der God. No, not the Golas, but not nicht from the Kohos. Nicht from the Bali Terror. Nicht from the Terror Lane. The Terror Lane is nicht unhakala. Oh, supposed to mean not everybody is going to be like, you know, a Rebbe Kiva Eger, let's say, and this, and we're not talking about that, like, you know, even though Reb Chaim Shmulevitz brings down that as a person is not able to say that I can't be in the door from Rebbe Kiva Eger, because we don't know the kochas of a mensch, we're watered down, but if we would ein gezalm with all the kochas for a mensch, we have no idea what the kochas we have. Unbelievable, phenomenal kochas. But from Tezvegim, and not everybody is going to be somebody that's going to be a gay and schwitz and this and put cold compresses, put his feet into the water and stuff like that. So what's talking? What's talking is that Avdos Ak the Torah. That's what the Torah is telling you. Nam de Agolas. The pshat, and what do? And you're dovik in the Talmidei Chacham. You're dovik in the true Talmidei Chacham. You're dovik in the Amlei Torah. You're dovik in the Amlei Torah, the true Amlei Torah, the Gedolei Torah. You're dovik in them. Those say the mitzvah in the Torah, dovik b'Hashem. And the Gemara, how do you be dovik by Hashem? The Hashem is not somebody you be dovik with. He says, you know, you do prachmatia with the Bas Talmud Chochem, with the Talmud Chochem you do. You marry the Bas Talmud, you kiss the Bas Talmud Chochem, you do all kinds. You're dovik in the Talmud Chochem. What's the Gemara not by Talmud Chochem alone? What's it only people to go be mischaber with the Talmidei Chachamim? What's the Talmidei Chacham alone? How are they dovik in Hashem? Yeah, the dovik in Hashem, the Torah. That's how you dovik in Hashem. It's the Yigiyas the Torah, the Mola, the Melis B'Torah, and that does bring to Al Kesef Yisrael. Al Kesef Yisrael. Nish with Al Kesef Yisrael. Dos is a phenomenal Yisrael from the Parsha. Al Kesef Yisrael. The Pshas that the Bnei Koch Al Kesef Yisrael. The Torah alone, Daf Togen, but Ad Meimis is Satzman. Kachi Darka Shel Torah. Pas b'Melech Torah. Mai Masur Tishta. Chai Yisrael Tichya. Tishtan al Aretz v'Chai Yisrael Torah. Right? Mai Masur Tishta. This is it. Those state in Parshas, the ganze Parshas Naso. I have what to say, but
why only 6?
Right. So I have those things because you see it's like a very different. It's Sota and this, and it's very interesting. And Naziris and call a Yazer min a Yayin. I wasn't. Just an example. They call Yazer min a call a Sota b'Kilkulo is Yazer Asma min a Yayin. What's a Yayin? Yayin, because Yayin is bringing the horrible things. It brings a person to this. What do you mean? Yayin, I make kiddush of Yayin. Yayin, I make kiddush of Yayin. Yayin is an ilu, is gewaltige Sache, it's covered, it's mamash covered as the Gesach Yayin. No, it's fancy boss. Das is the Su'u. The Yayin is the Su'u. Is that all these mitzvahs, these 6 mitzvahs are bechinas su'u. Then we're not going to get into it, but bechinas su'u. They take yayin, was the yayin has the opportunity. You can mechabed the mitzvah. It's a mamash a gewaldige gesagt. Ken sein at the reise of a yayin, of course al yayin. Ken sein. And the pshaz and Eloi mamash nifla from the mitzvah. Nafal pikain. The pshaz but the yayin la mari nefesh and yayin this Vincent Voss. People today, they lost all sense of understanding of avchonas between the b'shas. My yain is a good zach. Yain is a good zach. The Vincent Voss is that of them zokt is the parshim yikosh or parshlim yikosh. It's pili play. It's the most unbelievable, magnificent thing, really. Palmas pili play. Shabbos.
I was thinking